I wanted to create a very simple QR code generator by the help of ChatGPT to show you that everyone can use ChatGPT or AI to create their own websites. So I selected this very simple project for the beginning, for the very first video of my channel, to show you how to do it. This is a QR code generator which in you can enter an email, a website address or anything, and then it generates the QR code for you and you can download it, and then you can see the QR code generated, and by this button you can clear the input and you can try again. And as you see, before entering anything, the download QR code is disabled, and once you enter something you can download it and a clear button appears. So let's dive into how. So the first prompt that I'm going to give to ChatGPT is this. I want to build a simple QR code generator, and I ask you to explain very short. So the MVP is going to be enter the URL, generate QR code, live preview, download as PNG. Frontend is going to be React, create React project, clean the template, build the UI, add text input, generate QR code. Okay, now I say give me the first steps to take, please. To start from the very beginning, open VS Code, open terminal, create a React project with Byte. If I want to create the project, you must give me the command. Okay, give me each command carefully, please. Now, it tells me to open VS Code. So for install VS Code. If I want to install VS Code, I gotta go to this website to download it for Windows, for Linux, or for Mac. What is VS Code? VS Code is the environment that you have to use for coding, and if you want to see the real output of the code that you are creating, you must use this IDE. So I have downloaded VS. Begin by creating a new project in VS Code. Open, show in folder, no, open. So I'm gonna open. This is a very clean VS Code right now. I go to file, I go open folder. In here, I click new folder and name it QR code generator. Create, and then I open it. In here, it has told me to open the terminal. In here, I click terminal, new terminal. It told me to put this command, create white latest QR code generator. So Control V, let's go. Yes, select vanilla. So I'm gonna select React because I want to do this project in React. So for the language, is it gonna be TypeScript or JavaScript? If you don't know about JavaScript or TypeScript, JavaScript is a language for making the web apps, and TypeScript is a better version of it, where each variable used in the application is typed. There's a type for it so that no runtime issues happen. Because if you write in JavaScript, you can pass number to a string variable, to a variable that you have passed a string before. So I mean, in the runtime, it can happen that a variable that was used to hold a string in it, a string is a text. Later you pass a number to it and nothing happens. The app crashes, but you don't know why. So TypeScript has been built on a layer at the top of JavaScript to avoid these issues by having interfaces, by having models that each field of it has its own type and you cannot pass wrong things to it. For example, if you want to have a string, you put the type of a string for it, and in the application, while you are coding, if in another file you pass a number to that string, VS Code is gonna complain about that, so that you cannot go forward until you fix that issue. So I'm gonna use TypeScript. slint is for linter, is for making the code is nice and clear. Install with npm and start now. Yes. So it's gonna install npm for me. Npm is the node package manager. Node package manager is for making applications by JavaScript, TypeScript, and Node, and you have to have it if you want to install, if you want to code for a web app or mobile application. Okay, installed. Now I can go to this address to see the output of the application that I already have. This is the very first application that is created in here. Now, ChatGPT has told me to go, when prompted, project, React, JavaScript, okay, enter the project folder, cd QR code generator, implement npm install. So if we want to do npm install, which is already done, when you do npm install, the node modules get installed. These are the libraries, everything that you need for your application. It seems that it's already done, but for making sure, in QR code generator, I do ls to see what folders I have. I do cd QR code generator. By the tab, I make it complete. I press tab and it completes itself. Enter, and then I control V, npm install. Okay, everything is installed. Now, npm run dev, it's already running. The project is running. It did it by itself. So what does it mean the project is running? When the project is running on your local host, you are prototyping the real project on your computer, and every change that you do in here, you can see it on web. So this address is my local host, which is the address of my own computer. And if I control click on it, I go to the browser. It is showing me the default uh, face of the application. So this is a text in my project. If I come in here and go in search and control V, get started, I see in this file, which is under src, come on, under src, I see app.txt, get started. So if I change it to get finished, control S, it changes to get finished because the local host is updating everything I do. So if I do control Z, and you see here I do control S, it does a change in here. If I go here, it is get started again. So it changes by every update, and this is needed for when you are developing an application on your local computer. So what has ChatGPT said? I have already ran that. Open the project in VS Code. The project is open. All done. What now? Okay, let's clean the project. Delete unnecessary files. src app.css, src app.css, delete. Index.css, delete. Assets react.svg, react.svg, delete. Okay, replace. src app.jsx. Okay, I gotta tell it that it's I forgot to tell you app is in sorry, TypeScript, not JS. Okay, I have done that. So I'm gonna go to app.tsx and do everything he says. So there is a change on the application right now. This is a clean application right now. So it told me to update src main.txt, which is this one, to this one. Control S, let's see what happened. Okay, QR code generated. That is the title that it has set to put in H1. H1 means the biggest headline possible, because H1 is big, H2 is smaller, H3 is smaller than H1 and H2, and so on. The number gets bigger, the headline, the header gets smaller. Okay, now the main is done. Check the browser, QR code generated. I see that. It is telling me to check if QR code generated is there, and I see that. Okay, done. Now what? Okay, we build the basic UI structure. So update src app.tsx. I copy this, go to the project in app.tsx, Control A, Control V, Control S, I go to here and I see this is the thing that I wanted to see. Okay, check the browser. You should see title, text, and but okay, I see everything. So if I say hi there, what happens? Nothing. Okay, next step. After this, we will install a QR code library, connect the input value. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna say next. Let's go to see what happens for the next part. npm install QR code React. I'm gonna go to the project because here I have my local host. Okay, I go to this terminal I added by this. In here, Control V, I do npm install QR code React. Installed. It installed in package.json or JSON, where you can see QR code React is installed. Now, update app.tsx. I'm gonna copy, go to app.tsx, Control V, Control S. Now it tells me to try typing this one. I type this and the QR code is generated. And no need to press the button generate QR code. Great. I got the QR code. Now what? We add the next MVP feature, download QR code as a PNG. So if you want to download it, it tells me to copy this in app.tsx and then enter URL text, QR code appears, and then we can download it. Now, in app.tsx, I Control A, Control V, Control S. I go to the browser, I do not type, I copy. Now, Control V, it is generated and I download it. It is downloaded and I can open it. This is the QR code. Very nice. We generated the QR code that we wanted. Awesome. I downloaded the QR code. Now what? Great. The core functionality works. Now we improve the user experience. Add basic styling. So I'm gonna create app.css in src. So in src, I'm gonna do new file app.css. In app.css, I'm gonna put all these. Control V, Control S, and then update app.tsx. I'm gonna add this at the top of, it tells me add this import at the top of app.tsx, because if we want to pass this file to in here to be able to load the style that we want, we have to pass this file to this file so that it understands that it must read all these styles for the application. These are the styles which are written in CSS. CSS helps you to add styles to your HTML elements. These are the HTML elements I have. Now, it must definitely change the structure of return. So the return now needs the class names, because if you see div in here has the class name of app, and in app.css I have this app class that applies these to this div. And also in other places we have class names like QR box, which is here. Okay, Control S. Now check the result. You see it got very much nicer. It came to the center. It's not in here anymore with some styles. And then if you type yahoo.com, the QR code is going to change, or maybe Microsoft, anything that you enter, the QR code is going to change and you can download it. Great. Done all. What now? Great, the MVP is basically working. Let's add the latest important polish, handle empty input, improve UX. So change the button area to, the button area must change from this to this. The button is in app.tsx. That is text button download QR code, I'm gonna change it to this. Okay, Control S, Control R. Okay, the button is existing until you type something. It's not enabled anymore. So I say www.google.com. So now you see the button is enabled. If I delete it, there is no enabled. Then the button is not enabled because it says disabled not equal to text. It means if text exists, it must be enabled. If doesn't exist, it must be disabled. And add a clear button at this below the input. At this below the input. The input is here. Control S, Control R, not needed. I'm gonna add, for example, www.google.com. So if I wanted to delete it, I had to do this and then backspace, but right now, if I press clear, it cleans the input for me. Empty input download disabled. After this, which is complete enter. Okay, next step would be making it look like a real app, mobile responsive and other things. So I don't think that is needed for this video. It was enough for this video. So that was it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you have learned a lot through this video. I know some things were so fast for the first time coders. It's a little hard to understand everything, so I ask you to watch the video if you want again to grasp everything. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can see the next tutorials coming up. In those tutorials you can learn much than this video. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.